Hey everyone, I am Stephanie Carlisle, a registered dietitian, and today we'll be talking about healthy ways to satisfy or curb your sugar cravings. And I'll be making a chocolate peanut butter ice cream that is totally guilt-free. It's full of healthy ingredients and it's super delicious. So just stick around and let's get started. So in early sobriety, it can be really difficult to differentiate your hunger from cravings for drugs and alcohol. It's also not uncommon to experience an increased desire to consume sweets. And the reason one may find that they're wanting more sweets than usual is for several reasons. One is because individuals may have unstable blood sugar due to inadequate nutrition and eating behaviors, which can lead to irritability, fatigue, and cravings. And when we have low blood sugar, or we're feeling fatigued, our brain can actually signal us to reach for foods that will provide fast energy and restore blood sugar levels quickly. That often leads to us reaching for sugary foods. Other reasons may be due to emotional or boredom eating, or it could be due to the similar response that our brain has to sugary foods as it does to drugs or alcohol. Excessive sweets in the diet can increase the risk for undesirable health conditions, like high blood pressure, diabetes, fatty liver disease, and heart disease, and can ultimately interfere with recovery. It's important to be mindful of our sugar intake. So here's a few steps that you can take to curb some of those sugar cravings. The first would be to stay hydrated. Sometimes we can mistake thirst for hunger. Manage your stress. 3 would be to avoid extreme hunger by eating regularly throughout the day. 4 would be to eat just a small amount of what you're craving and maybe try to combine it with a food item that is nutritious. That way you aren't filling up on the sweets and you're also taking in beneficial nutrients and not just empty calories. So some good examples of that may be, chocolate covered fruit like bananas or strawberries. Another good idea would be if you are having a cookie, maybe pair that with a handful of nuts as well. 5 would be have fruit on hand. So eating fruit will help to satisfy the sweet craving while providing nutrients, antioxidants, and fiber. Drinking herbal or fruit flavored teas. So these are slightly and naturally sweet. So these will help to satisfy the sugar craving while also helping to keep you hydrated. And then the last one would be to add cinnamon to your food. So add cinnamon to peanut butter toast or oatmeal or your smoothies. And cinnamon is a sugar-free spice that tastes sweet, plus it adds a lot of flavor to your dishes. All right, so let's get into the ice cream recipe. Okay, so this is a really simple 3 to 4 ingredient recipe. And what I have here are 4 bananas. They were pretty ripe. I peeled them and then chopped them up and froze them. So I just took these out of the freezer. The reason why I peeled them and chopped them beforehand, it just makes it so much easier. You don't have to struggle with peeling them when they're frozen. And if they're chopped up into smaller pieces, they will actually blend much easier in the blender. So this is a good tip if you're making smoothies as well. Then I've got here about 1/3 of a cup of unsweetened dark cocoa powder. And then I have about 3 tablespoons worth of peanut butter. I use the unsalted kind, but that's totally up to you. And then I've got just a 1/2 cup of unsweetened almond milk, and I may not use all of this. You'll see what I do with that as I start the recipe. So what I'm gonna do is just throw all of this into the blender. So I'm not going to add this almond milk yet, but like last time, I might drizzle just a bit in case this isn't blending very well. And I'm going to go ahead and just scrape the sides down a little bit. And it is a little bit on the drier side. So I am going to start drizzling in some of the almond milk here. So what I end up having is a really, really nice creamy chocolate ice cream. And so I'm just going to take my rubber spatula and scrape down the sides of the bowl. You can put this in an airtight container and keep it in the freezer. Okay, and so what we end up with is something that looks just like this. So again, this is a chocolate peanut butter ice cream made with bananas, no dairy, no added sugars. It's completely guilt-free. This is a great source of heart-healthy fats, potassium, antioxidants. And also what I love about this recipe is that you can customize it. So you can add crunchy components on top like nuts or dark chocolate chips if you're craving something crunchy and sweet. And I also love this recipe because it's really creamy and rich, which are two elements that I typically crave with desserts. And so what I did on top was just added some dried unsweetened coconut flakes and then dark chocolate as well. So if you like this recipe, please, or if you try this recipe, please take a photo, tag Herren Wellness in it, and let us know your thoughts. Thanks so much. Have a good day.